This is Tips for Diagrams in DNA Research Reports. I'm Nicole Dyer, and this is an excerpt from the Research Like a Pro with DNA office hours. In this quick video, I'll be sharing how to make your reports have diagrams that are readable by dividing them up into manageable sections so that the font size can be legible. Often when we make DNA descendancy diagrams, it includes many matches and they can become very wide and difficult to read. So this video will give an example of one way to divide them up. So when we make a diagram of our DNA matches, oftentimes that will grow really large and wide, and it will show all the DNA connections and how everyone links up to a common ancestor, but it's not really conducive to sharing in a report. So when I wrote my report about the Dyer research I've been doing, I broke it up into smaller pieces in order to make it more manageable, and also so that any reader can actually read the diagram. I try to use font sizes that people can actually read, as you can see in this example here. And this one wasn't too difficult because I actually wanted to break up my base test takers by who they descended from anyways, because I haven't figured out how all of these people link up with a common ancestor anyway. I have a group of matches who descend from John David Dyer to people who've shared their DNA with me who are descendants of his. I found this person to be relevant because Y DNA match with my father-in-law. And then this group of matches, one of the people who descends from them has shared their matches with me. So she's another base test taker, and she descends from James Dyer and Betty, who lived in Granger County, Tennessee. So in my report, I had a section about the base test takers, the people who I have access to their results. And so since I haven't connected these up to a common ancestor, it was pretty easy to put them in a larger font size here so everyone can read. But then when I was showing all the matches, it was a little bit harder. So I have a lot of matches descending from James and Betty Dyer, and the matches descend from all these different children of theirs. This isn't inclusive of all their children. These are just the children who had matches that I found. So I decided to break up sharing all of the matches from these by child. So the first child was William, and most of the matches were through William Lee Dyer. So this diagram here shows all of the matches who descend from William Lee Dyer. And I didn't want to break it up anymore, although the font size was pretty small. So in hindsight, looking at this now, I probably could have made the font a little bit bigger before bringing this over to the report. But I think if people who are reading the report zoom in, they could probably still read it. It's still going to be legible. It's just pretty small compared to the rest of the report. Then the rest of these children will be on subsequent pages with their descendancy diagrams. So I started with a diagram showing the ancestral couple and their children, and then I'm breaking it down with charts for each of these children. So the next page has actually three of the children because there were only a few DNA matches for them. So James and Betty's daughter, Nancy, their daughter, Sarah, and their daughter, Mary. And I need to update my caption here because I did change the way I was doing it originally. So those DNA matches are shown in this section of the chart. And then later, I had another section for the children of Calvin. So you can see I had William, then I had these three daughters, and then Calvin and Susan in another section. So that was how I decided to include the diagram of all the matches that I found in this phase of the research in a way that made it legible for the reader. So there's a lot of ways to break up your diagram when you're putting them in the report. Just be creative and again, let's try to make them readable.